From the heart of Houston, it's fun, it's engaging, it's Chattin' with Chelsea. She's daytime's new bestie. Here's your host, Chelsea Edwards.
Come back to me.
Do a little scoot. I got a tight dress on today. It took a couple people to help me get into it. Welcome to another Chattin' with Chelsea. I'm your daytime bestie, Chelsea Edwards. Okay, today we are gonna keep it real. Is it okay if I keep it real? Everybody in the studio say yes. Yes, okay. We are keeping it real today. Ladies, we have hair in places where we just don't want to see it. We don't want anybody else to see it either. So today we are helping out with that. Sometimes it could be because of your hormones, right? And we blame our hormones for a lot of things, like maybe when we go off on somebody, having a bad day, hormones. Sometimes when we put on a little weight, could be those hormones, right? So we're going to talk about your hormonal health, how to help with that, maybe get those hormones tested. And then when it comes to the hair, yeah, we got some help for that too. We're going to help you take care of it the right way. Now, I will admit, I have had a chin hair issue for as long as I can remember. As a matter of fact, I'm so conscious of it that I keep tweezers in my car. I have them hooked up right there on the passenger side visor, so there's easy access. Because it's something about when you get in the car and all that sunlight hits you, and then you look up in the mirror, you're like, whoa, let me fix that. It's always at a stoplight or when I'm parked, though, okay? I am a safe driver. Well, Jo right here, she understands my pain.
Does anyone else have this issue where when you're driving, there's always a piece of hair on your chin that you wish you just had tweezers and could pluck out, and it bugs you the entire time? But then when you get home, you can't find this hair, and then every time you're like, I'm gonna put tweezers in the car for next time I find this hair, and you never do. So then you've stuck for years trying to find this stupid little hair on your chin that is so coarse, but it's only there when you're driving. Anyone? Or is this just me?
All right, see, she understands. That's why I have the tweezers right there. Okay, we've got somebody in to help us with that. We've got Jasmine, the founder of Umber by J. Lene. I actually started following you guys. You have an oil that helps with hair, reduce the hair growth. I started following you because your before and after pictures were so amazing. And here you are right here in the Houston area. Woo, woo. Okay, so before we get to the tips on dealing with our unwanted hair, let's talk a little bit about your story. What caused you to create your company?
Well, just like you've been dealing with the hair forever almost. So I would say it started for me at the age of 15. It probably was a lot earlier than that. I just never noticed it until I looked in the mirror. I had a girlfriend I was riding the bus with at one point, and she really had it. And it made me want to go look in the mirror myself. Once I got home, I'm like, what is this? So I've been dealing with it. You know, I've been plucking, I've been shaving. I messed up my skin throughout the years with the processes of trying to have it under control.
Right.
So at some point, I tried electrolysis for a long period of time. It just wasn't working for me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to have to create my own solution for this.
Wow.
That's just pretty much what happened.
Do you hear that a lot from women? Because I have even done laser, and it's just like, I didn't want to put my family business out there, but other people in my family as well, and didn't get the results that we expected. So you came up with this oil. Tell us about that.
So because I've tried electrolysis and I tried laser too, and like, not to say it doesn't work, because it does work, it just at the time didn't work for me. The process of trying to create the oil, it was a lot of research. I did maybe like 3 to 4 years of research. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time, so I had a lot of time to just dig in, and I just started buying a lot of ingredients and just mixing them up, trial and error, and eventually I came up with something that worked for me. So at one point, I had my mom and my grandmother and my sister use my product because they also had the issue, and it was working out for them too. So I guess that's what really motivated me to start helping women to just try my product so you can get your results and you don't have to be in the same boat I'm in, struggling.
Yes. So was there ever a point where you were concerned, like, is there something with my hormones? Is something wrong with me?
You know what? At the time, I would consider myself a very healthy person. I do have PCOS, and I know that some of the symptoms happen to be like weight gain and irregular periods and infertility. But for me, I didn't have those issues. So I mean, I wouldn't say I was a vegetarian, but I did eat pretty healthy. And I mean, you see where I'm at. I was a lot slimmer then.
Oh, you look
so I'm
great
like,
now,
you know,
girl.
I don't think it was much of like. It still was kind of like a hormone imbalance, but not in a way that most people would expect someone who has PCOS.
Okay, explain PCOS.
PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. So it's when you see cysts on your ovaries if you happen to take an ultrasound. And honestly, I think that's probably the best way to find out if you have it is with the ultrasound instead of a blood test.
Okay, so you created this product. How do people use it to be able to get those hair minimizing results?
So the best way to use it, and I always say this because a lot of customers will do their own thing, but to best use this product, it is for you to remove the hair completely from your skin. Like, don't cut it, don't trim it, don't use a shaver, don't
It's okay
like
to
electric
wax?
shaver.
Okay.
You can do a wax.
You do wax.
Yeah,
okay.
so when you're just cutting the surface level hair, the product it works, but it doesn't work as best as it could. Now, if you remove the entire hair, like waxing or threading, epilating, plucking even, the oil will penetrate the core of the hair follicle, and that's what manipulates the androgens that feed into the follicle. And also, that's where the magic happens.
Okay, all right. We're going to get more into these methods of getting rid of this hair right after this commercial break. Ladies, help is on the way. Keep it here.
I've got the feeling. Come back to me. I've got the feeling.
We are back with the do's and don'ts of hair removal with creator of Umber by J. Lene, Jasmine. All right, so what is the don't when it comes to shaving? What are we doing wrong?
Well, you know, as women, we want the hair to just be out of the way immediately. Like, as soon as we wake up in the morning, we want to just shave it.
Right.
And most of us shave it just any kind of way. So what I found out over the years, which is something my husband actually taught me, is to shave with a single blade razor. So for the ladies out there, do not use multiple blade razors to shave your face, because that is how the 5 o'clock shadow comes in. That is how you get your ingrown hair and a lot of other skin issues as far as extra irritation.
Okay.
So a single blade razor, shaving in the direction that the hair grows. So let's say, and I always use this example, my arms is funny. So let's say this is your skin, right? What you want to do is shave that way. Don't shave against it.
Okay, I'm going this way
Yes,
with the
ma'am.
razor, making
Yes,
sure we all
ma'am.
see that this way. All right, that is helpful. That's really important to know also, because we usually are marketed those 5-blade razors. So don't use them on your face. Maybe your legs, you're good there,
You
but
can use it there, yeah.
okay, not on the
your
face. And you mentioned the ingrown hairs. Do you have a recommendation for treating those when we do get them?
Well, you know, just based off of what I say about the shaving, that really just eliminates the ingrown hairs
Okay.
faster than anything else in my belief. But what you want to do is make sure that you exfoliate regularly. So that's exfoliating 2 to 3 times a week, nothing super harsh. And also, I have to say this because some women do this, and I talk to them a lot. They use the body, you know, the hand gloves, the body gloves.
Yeah.
Do not put that on your face.
Don't use those on.
Don't do it on your face.
Are they too harsh?
It's too harsh, and plus it's not very it's not sanitized enough, if that makes sense.
Oh,
you know, because
okay.
you're bringing in all the germs that you've used, like cleaning your body, and you're
Yeah.
transferring it to your face.
And
So that contributes to the ingrown hair, and also again, it's over exfoliating your face.
so that could cause problems as well.
Yes, ma'am.
If people are like, oh, I'm not just going to do it a couple times a week. I'm going to do it every day of the week.
Yeah, and that's where
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Okay, all right. Can't be too rough, but we do need to exfoliate.
Yes.
And then your recommendation for getting rid of, when it comes to facial hair, we're talking, is doing the waxing or the threading.
That is two methods.
Okay. What any other methods you would recommend?
Personally, I like plucking only because I have more control of the hair from breaking. And as a woman of color, like with coarse hair, our hair is very, very, very delicate. Like it's like ribbon structured. So that's why I use plucking. But threading and epilating, I don't know if you're familiar with epilating.
Not A whole lot.
It almost looks like electric shaver, but it's like a rotary of tweezers. So
Okay.
it'll go in and just pluck all the hairs all at once.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's a different kind of method. You have to have some pain tolerance for that.
Okay, yeah. Well, threading, I'll say, is fairly painless. I haven't had too many bad episodes of that. But how would you explain it for people who've never tried it before?
For threading?
Yes.
Oh, well, I've never tried it myself. That's something my
really?
sister
Okay,
does.
okay.
But I have seen the method. It's like they use a strong piece of thread and they wrap it around. The hair gets caught up in this twirl of thread. And I know you're familiar with it since you do it.
All right, so now that we are getting the hair out the right way, is there any aftercare, anything that we need to make sure that we do?
Definitely. I would say that you need to always make sure that your skin stays moisturized. So moisturizing, of course, the exfoliating, like we mentioned. The reason why you want to keep it moisturized is because if you have dry skin, you can keep debris in your face. Like even if you clean it, like maybe not all the debris comes out of your pores, and that's what blocks this hair from coming back out.
Okay.
And also that avoids irritation. So you just want to make sure you moisturize, exfoliate. When it comes to the ingrown hair, sometimes you might have some dark spots. Make sure you have the sunscreen. I think those are the most important things. Oh, and of course, drink a lot of water. A lot of water.
Gets us every time, that one.
Yes.
Do you have any favorite moisturizers too that you use?
Well, I use my own moisturizer.
Oh, well, of course.
So I'm like, I use my own moisturizer, but I will say that as far as like a sunscreen, I really love the Black Girl sunscreen. You get it at Target. So that's
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
What are the ingredients that you use that help with that minimum? I know you don't want to give us all your secrets, but the things that people can look for when they're looking for a moisturizer, or some of the ingredients that help with hair minimizing. Yeah.
Well, see, I can't use all
You
the
can't see
secrets.
it like
So you got me on that one, but I will say it's a mixture of herbs and flowers. Like again, I had to test this stuff out to make sure that I got the best results with the hair minimizing. So I will say that it's all naturals or all organic.
Things that you would eat, possibly.
I
Can't
wouldn't
even
eat
name-
some of
okay.
it. Yeah, I wouldn't eat some of
Look, I'm
it.
trying to dig. Okay.
But at least with the moisturizer, I could talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
So I have jojoba oil, and I also have like chamomile. I have hibiscus. Hibiscus is good for tightening the skin for those who want a more plump, youthful look.
Oh, yeah.
So those are some of the things that I use in the moisturizer.
Nice. All right. She's like, and that's all you get.
That's all you gonna
That
get.
is all you
You gotta look at the label, ladies.
I appreciate it. Have you been just shocked by some of the results that people have sent to you?
Yes. It is amazing the amount of women who come and send me results. Of course, they don't want to be called out, so I can't always post.
Right. They
their
cut
stuff.
out. They don't put their whole face on there.
But I have seen some like extreme cases of hirsutism. So that is a symptom of the condition of PCOS. So hirsutism is when you have extreme amounts of male pattern hair growth. So I have seen women like just covered from like here down with hair, and using my product, it's almost like night and day.
All right. Well, yeah, you guys, check it out. If you need some help, I know I'll be leaving with a bottle. Okay. After this, we're going to talk more about the hormones that can cause that unwanted hair growth. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Come back to me. I've got the feeling.
Are hormones, are they to blame for all the problems in our lives? Here to answer that question, we got the co-owners of Her Down There Clinic. We've got Latrice and we've got Courtney. Okay, so is that the case? I mean, when we're having a bad day, when we want to curse somebody out, weight gain, all that, could that be a cause of our hormones?
Absolutely. Yes.
All right.
It's at the top of the list for sure.
Yeah, so y'all are thinking like that's the first thing you need to look into.
Yes, for sure.
Really?
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you see a lot of women who have, I guess, mood changes
Absolutely.
and mood swings?
Yes.
Okay, what does that
Definitely,
look like?
Even brain fog, they're having night sweats or hot flashes. We have our little doll, Hormone Hallie, who's got all the things going on, and she shows you a lot of the things that you go through when you're going through hormonal issues.
Okay, well, I guess let's get Hormone Hallie, learn more about this. I mean, we talked about the hair.
Yes.
I'm sure that's...
So look at Hallie's hair here. She's losing hair at the top. That's part of,
Oh.
and it's usually right here in the middle. Then she's sweating from her hot flashes and her night sweats.
Ooh.
She can't sleep because of her hot flashes and her night sweats. She can't think straight. She's got her little hair on her chin, and she's got her little pot belly here from gaining all the weight.
Girl, Holly, life is hard.
It's hard for her.
It is. I knew about the unwanted hair as we discussed, but you could also be losing hair because of the hormones.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So what do we do? What do we do for Hallie?
So first off, if we have Hallie coming in, we would first recommend listen to her symptoms for one. First thing we're doing is listening and seeing how everything goes together, because the night sweats, they don't start off by themselves. They end up with, I can't sleep at night, I feel panicky at night, I'm restless, now I'm irritable, like it's a whole package deal. And so we ask what other symptoms you're having. We start with labs to evaluate what's going on the inside and be able to get you the best support.
And I know a lot of women who deal with that, like sleep issues, and they're not sure where it's coming from.
Yes.
Okay, so
A lot of times with the sleeping is because you're having night sweats. So you wake up because you're hot and you take the covers off of you, and then you get cold because you're sweating, and now you put the covers back on you. So, or you're getting up to go to the bathroom multiple times in the night, and that's all due to hormones.
And that brings on the irritability of the rest of the day.
Yes, 'cause you're
So we have
tired.
people saying, I feel like I'm rageful, I'm not as tolerant with my children, I can't focus, I can't find my words to say. Now I'm gaining weight. Now I feel like I don't want to go to these social events because I don't feel like my appearance, and that affects our self-esteem. So it's really
A ripple
a
effect.
ripple effect. It's like from one issue to the next.
wow. Okay, well, we got to get our lives together. So what does the testing process look like?
Blood work.
Yep, blood work and
ultrasound.
ultrasound, and we go through all of the tests, figure out where we are deficient, where we need some improvement, and how we can get that best conducive to the patient's life.
Yes.
So whether it's diet changes, whether we're doing supplements, exercising, we have to put together what is best for the
plan for the
patient and what can we do every single day, because quality of life matters as well.
What are we looking for in the ultrasound? I know Jasmine shared her
Same
story.
thing, PCOS,
okay.
and we're looking for fibroids, we're looking for endometriosis. The blood work, we're definitely looking for any deficiencies and trying to replace those deficiencies with hormone replacement therapy, whether it's pills, patches, shots, etc.
Okay, so is that an example of like polyps?
So here is what ovarian cysts look like. These little purple markers here are endometriosis. They can affect the entire reproductive system. Along with our fibroids, these are all things that show us either estrogen excess or estrogen deficiency. And so that's why the ultrasound is very important, so we can know which direction we're going in and how we can best help you.
How long does that testing take?
About 15 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's quick.
Blood
we have
work
in-house
too, or?
ultrasound, and we have
in-house
in-house
ultrasound and
blood
in-house
work.
blood work. Yeah.
Okay, so you get answers right away.
Yeah.
All right, so let's say our hormones are just all over the place. Where do we begin?
We start with
Schedule an appointment.
Schedule an appointment. That's
Okay.
right.
With one of us.
Okay, all right.
And we definitely could get you feeling better in a very short period of time.
Okay, so you mentioned a part of that, it could be supplements and
Yes.
nutrition.
And we have that portion for a lot of our patients who don't want to take medication, because we do have a lot of patients who want to go the holistic route. So there's no one size fits all. So we give patients options to choose one way or the other.
What are some medications out there that women are using to help balance those
So
hormones?
there's like the Combi patch, there's estrogen replacement, testosterone creams, there's injections, and so everyone doesn't always want to go with the Western medicine because of side effects and things like that. But I always remind my patients supplements do too, so we have to be very, very aware of what course of action we want to take. We first start with diet, the things that you've been eating. We do a lot of blood-based testing and recommendations, because a lot of things that we're eating are not conducive to our blood types, and so that causes a lot of inflammation, and that sends the hormones on the spiral as well.
Oh, that's so interesting. So hormones and blood type, all that matters.
All that matters.
Okay, what have you seen differences in the timeline when it comes to getting relief or seeing those results from the Western medicine to the holistic approach? Have you seen differences in that?
Definitely the Western medicine, I would say, works faster.
Okay.
But I've seen it work with the supplements as well. But the thing about it working faster, we don't want anyone to think that it's a quick fix, because this is a lifestyle change. So whether the supplements work slower than the Western medicine, you still want to maintain going on forever.
Okay, so this could be something like you could be taking the medicine for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So that's why the quality of life definitely matters, and we want to talk about what path you would like to take and how we can best get there together and how we can be consistent with it.
And you also say exercise.
Absolutely. Yes. Fasted exercises
fasted
are great
exercise is
in the
definitely
morning.
best, yes.
Yes.
And then slow exercises like Pilates and yoga are really good for cortisol levels, and just walking is good for lowering the insulin and normalizing the blood sugar. So it's a wealth of information that you can
it's
have.
a lot. Like we're gonna be over there all day with this.
Yes, it's a lot.
Getting
It's a lot.
educated. Yes. What is it about fasted exercise that works better?
It reduces your cortisol level. So a lot of times when you wake up and say you go to the gym and you're doing like CrossFit or something like that, your cortisol levels will increase, which makes it harder for your body to get rid of the fat. It holds on to the fat. So if you wake up first thing in the morning, empty stomach, and go for a walk, you're more likely to lose the weight.
All right.
Yeah.
For the women who are dealing with the night sweats, we know they're watching. What is a recommendation to help, ease their symptoms for now until they get over to you guys? Do you have like a natural recommendation for that?
Yeah, so we can start with exercise for one. Exercise can make everything better. Number two would be like spearmint tea or the spearmint leaf. That would definitely help to increase like your decrease your testosterone and increase your estrogen level. Green leafy vegetables are always good because they help to increase the estrogen levels too. And the night sweats normally come from a decrease in estrogen levels.
Incredible. All right, just a wealth of knowledge from her down there. Thank you, gals, for coming in. All right, you guys, keep it here because we got a final takeaway, final tips before we go.
Come back to me.
I want to thank you for watching and also thank our guests, including her down there, for helping us out. Okay, what's a final takeaway for people watching?
Make sure you get tested. That is the only way we can figure out what's going on with you and the best way to help you.
Yes, get those hormones right and get the hair out of the places you don't want it. Okay. Guys, thanks again. We'll see you on the next Chat with Chelsea. Meanwhile, keep up with us on social at Chelsea Show Fox, and we'll see you next time.